Hi, welcome to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. Yeah. Please, it's all right.
Don't stop.
Yeah. Okay, you know, this happened today, no kidding. I made healthy burritos, okay? They're really, really, really delicious. And after I got through eating them, I mean, they're filling too. So, you know, because it's just, you know, real good homemade refried beans and wonton wrapper or egg roll wrappers. And I like a lot of Tabasco sauce. And, you know, that seems like the boost your metabolism lie, but whatever, you know, hot stuff or just hot stuff. Anyway, after I ate it, I really was not satisfied. And I'm telling you, it was delicious. So I wanted something else. And I felt like it was something sweet I needed. And so now I'm curious about you guys, because we're going right into sugar after this. So what do you need, after you have had a decent filling meal, something that you feel comfortable, you know, you're comfortable with, and you know it should fill you up, and you still want more, what do you do? What's your remedy? I can see by the look on your faces I'm not going to like the answers.
Well, we discussed it before, but I feel like I have to have dessert at night after dinner.
Right.
I have to, or else I go insane. So that's, for me, I just, you know.
You plan and prepare for a
Right.
dessert, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. This was lunch, sadly, but after dinner, I can understand now after dinner. I actually made those sugar-free Comstock apple pie fillings with the egg roll wrappers, and I used a little Greek yogurt with some cinnamon.
Did you see what I posted as a response?
Yeah, I'm going back to that.
Which I thought was interesting.
Which was a
about-
brilliant idea.
Which was, if you're full after eating and it takes 20 minutes for your body to know, instead of having something else to eat that's, I don't know what the word is.
To
Not bad.
apparently some
Not-
sort of
Yeah.
you're trying to
Yeah.
satisfy something.
To actually have your salad after your meal. Because then you're not loading up on calories, but it's giving your stomach time to know that it is full. And I never thought of that.
Very
And I can't remember
Italian.
where
That's
I
what the
saw it.
Italians do.
Yeah.
You always have your salad after.
I think it aids in digestion.
I think so too.
And then you got whatever you use as
And it pushes
condiments,
everything.
yeah.
You know, because it digests so much quicker. I think it probably pushes everything before
along.
it along. Yeah.
Ooh, that makes a lot of sense, Michelle. I love that idea for sure.
Yeah.
But it just, yeah, well, Felicia came up with this, telling me this because, you know, I was really suffering. I made a cup of tea, and I had the cup of tea, and honestly, it took every bit of willpower not to eat any more food. And I was just wondering, what about you, Ann?
I'm kind of like her. I like dessert, but I don't have it every night. But if I'm not satisfied, I want something.
You want something?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think that's everybody. But I think we
It's a
just have to
scoop of
plan and
ice
prepare
cream.
for that something. What would be?
How about a piece of fruit after lunch?
Oh, please.
What?
Felicia,
No.
fruit?
Yeah.
Of course you're right. Of course you're right. You know,
Yes, fruit.
if I had grapes, that would have probably, because, you know, the burritos are so tasty and they're so delicious that I think you just want to continue to eat them. I think that could be part of the problem. But if I had grapes to change the taste in my mouth, I think that would have been the better choice. But I didn't have any grapes, and I just didn't feel like doing all that peeling of the apples and, you know, or peeling an orange, or, you know, and I already had a banana, and so I was really, you know, I was just trying to find excuses for going in and trying to get into, you know, Bob's candy store, and then he has it in the other room. You know, because if I go in and say, I need chocolate, here's a Snickers bar.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's so easy. So I practiced what I feel like I have none of, but I did practice it, willpower.
So
It was
Bob's
a-
an enabler.
Huh?
Bob's an enabler.
Bob's an enabler. Well, we all know about people who will try to sabotage us. We've seen it a dozen times. I can't even tell you how many times somebody has said, well, here, these cookies are for you. I made them just for you. And I say, oh, thank you. You know, really, what are you supposed to be like?
Right.
No, get that
don't
away
want
from me, right? And I know that if you make the cookies just for me, I know I have to at least have one of them. Well, what does one lead to?
Two.
The plate.
Three.
Right.
Whatever cookies she made for me, they're all eaten now. I'll eat every single one of them. And that's the real problem. But enablers are everywhere. You know, it's like friends who say, "Oh, let's go to the buffet," when you know it's not the best place for you to go. Really, honestly, it's not good. There's nothing good about a buffet. It's just an overeating. It's a binge. You should think every time you walk into a buffet, you're going to binge, and probably and chances are maybe even get sick. So, but I was thinking about that salad idea being like the perfect idea, because I watched this show, and there was this doctor, and he wrote this book called Fed Up, and he said that he was a pediatrician, and he said that in 10 years, his patients, 80% of his children, his patients, were obese. A percentage,
that's
80% went up on obese, and even the thin ones were had sicknesses that they never had. And we've talked about this before, sicknesses that children never had in, not ever in my school, ever. I mean, now we have to have peanut-free schools and,
Diabetes for children.
he said, you're absolutely right, Lucille. He said diabetes too, the one you don't need insulin for, but it's coming.
Wow.
The diabetes would be coming. And what do you think that's from?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Processed food.
And
Processed food. Honestly, I don't think there's anything you could eat out of a box, or it's just not. Once they took out the fat, they added sugar. If it says fat-free, don't even believe for 1 second
Right.
that it isn't
Right.
just a storm of unhealthy chemicals.
True.
From factories that. Listen, I wanted to make those homemade. I wanted homemade. Well, my homemade. I was going to make carrot muffins, carrot cake muffins. And I was going to add bran and wheat germ and, just really try to spread out the cake mix as possible, as far as I could, with other ingredients that wouldn't ruin the flavor. And I used pumpkin to make the mix, right? And because it makes it denser. So it feels like you're having something like really almost fudgy, almost in the flavor. And on the box, and here's the processed food, right? On the box, it says, not real carrots, carrot-like.
Carrot-like.
What does that mean, carrot-like? They can't even freeze-dry carrots
I know,
and put them
Oh,
in.
that's
Wow.
disgusting.
Wow.
Isn't that disgusting? And I think, now we all remember that we were able to we had Twinkies and Snowballs and all that stuff.
Devil dogs.
What
Those
is
are my
it?
favorite.
Devil dogs.
dogs.
Devil dogs, Pop-Tarts, right? All of that
Yeah.
stuff. But we had that how long ago before? I bet if you took the ingredients from a devil dog 20 years ago
Yeah.
and the ingredients now,
Right.
I think you would see a remarkable difference.
probably.
Absolutely.
Don't you think?
Yes.
And what do you think what do you think some of the differences would be?
More sugar.
More sugar,
More
Preservatives.
ingredients that we don't know.
more preservatives, more
Things
things that
we
we don't
don't-
even know what they
Right,
are.
Right, right, exactly.
When it says triacylene allopa, you're like, what is that?
Artificial chemicals like flavorings.
And
Artificial
coloring.
coloring, yeah.
And coloring.
Right.
They can't even use real chocolate, it seems to me, to even make devil dogs. I don't know what they put in devil dogs, but you know,
That would be interesting to
There's
find
probably
out.
not much chocolate.
I would love to know what the actual ingredients, if you could actually compare them one after the other, what would be the difference from 20, 25 years ago? Let's not forget, our flour isn't the same as it was 25 years ago either.
Right.
So this week, I am so challenging you. I'm challenging you guys too, to not have any preservatives, or not have any processed food. That this would be so important. How much easier? I know that it seems easier if you just got a bag of potatoes or a box of potatoes like au gratin. How ridiculous is that, right? Wouldn't it be just easier to make a baked potato or slice the potato up and make it yourself? I mean, there's so many ways to do it that would make it a healthy, a healthier choice. I'm not even saying it's the perfect choice, I'm just saying it would be a healthier choice. Because when you eat sugar, you like it. No kidding, Elizabeth. This is what I'm thinking, no kidding. But then you crave it, don't you? That's why it's that old saying, one is too many and 20's not enough. It is why I eat a whole sleeve of Ritz crackers. Have you ever stopped at one Oreo?
No.
Ever in your life? Or one Thin Mint? One of the girls had bought a box of Thin Mint. She had them in her car. She ate a whole sleeve from Waterbury to Cheshire.
Oh, wow.
A whole sleeve. First of all, what did the 7th Thin Mint taste like?
Same as the first.
I don't even know if you. I don't even think you tasted, Felicia. I really
Oh, I
doubt
would.
it. I think after a while, it starts
Chocolate's
losing
my
its.
downfall.
I think now you're eating it because you've got this like addicted sugar in it, and I think you're eating it because of that. So once that happens, dopamine is released into your body, which already sounds like a bad thing, doesn't it? Dopamine, dope.
Right.
All right? And it secretes and lowers your blood sugar level. What happens when you have something sweet, Felicia?
You get all revved up for a while and then you drop.
Yeah. And you, same thing?
Yeah, same thing. You have the high and then you feel sluggish.
And then you need a
You're
nap.
happy.
Yeah.
You're happy for a few minutes. It is. It's exactly like a drug. You too, Lucille?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Till
Yeah.
it goes down. Once it goes down, I'm
Yeah.
down.
I'm done. You can't pick yourself up after a sugar high. What about you, Michelle? Same?
Yeah, same.
Yeah. That you can't pick
Or
yourself.
carbs, which are sugar too.
Sure. Oh, sure. If you just have
Yeah.
white bread,
Yeah.
it's going to turn right into sugar in your body. It changes into sugar in your body in no time flat, in a very short period of time. Okay. So when your insulin levels, that causes, and then it immediately gets stored as fat. Stored as fat. So that would be enough reason right there to say, wait a minute, don't want to store any fat. Get out, right? Don't you want to think that? So I don't want to store fat. So that's one of the things that I think is, but your body craves the loss. So you go right back and you have the sugar, and now you're back to step one. Having sugar, getting tired, having it store fat, and it does so many bad things for you. You can't even. It's a perpetual cycle, really. This is like the worst drug. This is a drug. Sugar is a drug. There's no way around it. I'm not even sure it's the same sugar of 25 years ago, because really, sugar is 17 calories a teaspoon. That's not really. You really honestly can't. But you don't know what sugar is in everything else. Women get 24 grams, I think, of sugar a day, and men get 36, of course. No, I'm sorry to.
No,
be
they
out
need to
there.
be sweetened up a little bit. That's why.
Yeah, they need to be sweetened up a little bit. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, that's very good. All right, so here's some of the things that it does to you. And if this isn't good for the ladies to hear, it's the best one to me. it speeds up the aging process. Sugar. How is that even possible? I can't believe it. It raises your cholesterol. It increased the risk of Alzheimer's. And of course, diabetes. And of course, tooth decay. That wasn't really a big surprise to me. And weight gain and obesity. That wasn't a surprise to me either. Kidney disease. Do you know anything about that from sugar? Did you ever hear that when you were going through all this?
Actually, that wasn't anything that was ever addressed.
Well,
Interesting. I'll have to ask when we get done.
ask them. Because that would be a good thing
I
for
mean,
us to
everything
know.
related to it, like high blood pressure and weight, being overweight and everything, things that it leads to, definitely, but not sugar in itself. That's not one of the they addressed as he shouldn't eat, so.
Wow, that
Yeah,
will.
interesting.
But they wanted you to be healthy, a healthy eater, which would
Right.
leave sugar sort of out in the cold. Hyperactivity. Honestly, imagine the poor teachers. The kids have a break. They have two, ring dings or something, and now they come back in the classroom.
Yeah.
And now they're, we have to give them medicine for ADD, but
Right,
really
right.
just don't have the ring dings or just don't have, what I mean? Depression and anxiety. I really have to think that the depression and anxiety is due a lot to not being able to have the second or third or fourth cookie. But, whatever. It weakens your eyesight. Found that pretty unbelievable.
Oh, now see, I have perfect eyesight at 48, so I don't know about that one.
So you're not, it's just a matter of time, sweetheart. No, listen. Now, here's one that really got me. For my whole life, I had colitis, which is an irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, my husband
thing,
had that.
right? Well, I had it my whole life since I was little, and it is very, very painful. Do you know, since I lost this weight, I have hardly had any colitis at all.
That's good.
And that's a miracle right there, because I would pass out from the pain. And not only that, I had it one time where I felt sick, and I felt it coming on, and then I went right for the kefir, Keifer. If you have any stomach problems at all, you should have it. It doesn't taste that great, but it is the best thing, better than any medicine I ever took in my life. And you know what? I didn't get a colitis attack.
It's over the counter?
It's right in
with
the
the
yogurt
yogurt.
aisle. It looks like
Oh.
in those, it's in a bottle like
Looks
this,
like a
and you
smoothie
just
shake.
right on the shelf, right under the yogurt. And the pomegranate one is my favorite, but you can't always get it. So I just tell you the truth. I just love. It's just such a good thing. I pretend it's medicine, so I'm not looking for it to taste good. I'm just hoping for it to make me to feel better, and it does every time. So, and here was one that the doctor mentioned, fatty liver. This is not a good thing right here, this fatty liver. I looked that up today, and I don't even want to tell you all about that, because that was just horrible. One bad thing after another. So I know you can't really see this picture, but I'm going to tell you these things. Okay, bad sugars, good sugars. What do you think is in bad sugars?
White
What things have bad,
Candy bars.
candy,
Ice cream,
ice cream, donuts,
cookies.
soda.
probably even yogurt. Is yogurt?
Yeah,
considered
yogurt.
You just have to watch for that. See, that's why I get the plain and make it myself. But if I'm gonna have fruit in it, I'll just put fruit in it. I'm just not going to buy, which never is filling to me, that little container. It's never been filling to me, so I just buy plain Greek yogurt. It's 130 calories per cup. You could make a million good things out of it. So cupcakes, donuts, like we don't know about these foods, right? And then here's what you were talking about earlier a little bit. These lattes. And then they say, extra whipped cream, please.
Yeah, right.
Or I remember getting my coffee, and I would get it light and sweet. did you ever see how much
Oh,
sugar
my
and cream goes into light and sweet? They take the spoon and they go like this.
Yeah.
And they're not. It's not like like you're saying level 6 level teaspoons. You know, they're actually just
Oh wow.
cooked. And you know, it's that 4 or 5 times of the
Cream.
the cream. I mean, I'm saying to myself, God, do I even like coffee? If you need that much to disguise the flavor of coffee, then
Right.
you know that's a big problem. And but here's now what I'm hearing, and I haven't tasted it yet, but I really want to taste it. Is the chocolate almond milk? I'm sorry, coffee almond milk, because I love iced coffee in the summer.
Yeah, me too.
It's 30 calories a cup. So if you had 2 cups, that would be 60 calories over a bunch of ice. Do you think that might taste like a milkshake? Coffee
I
milkshake.
don't know.
Might be good.
It might be.
Sounds really good. I mean, the
Does sound
chocolate
good.
one has like the chocolate almond milk has 100 calories for a cup.
But you can get the sugar-free one.
Yeah, but the chocolate ones are higher than the regular
Yeah.
ones. But coffee, I love coffee.
I love coffee. I'm hoping it's the sugar-free. I can get sugar-free. Because that would
I didn't
be
even know they had
that would be such a nice little thing. Really, that would be a big thing. Here's the other thing I want to do with almond milk. I want to. They have coconut almond milk, and I want to make pina coladas this summer with coconut almond milk instead of coconut milk, which is a zillion calories. But coconut almond milk is 30 calories for Okay, so what are the good sugars? We have, what do you think? Just fruit. What is it?
I don't know.
Fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables. Here's good sugars. Oh, a lot of fruit. Apples, bananas, papayas, mangoes, almonds, and walnuts have good sugar in them. Pineapple, carrots.
Love pineapple.
I love pineapple. It's so good. And stunningly, pineapple will sweeten up your smoothie. That's one of the really good things about it. So if you put spinach into a smoothie, you should put some pineapple into it. It'll sweeten it right up, and it'll taste really, really delicious. Watermelon. Well, watermelons right now are just delicious. They're just starting to come out. We're just starting to get them. And watermelon smoothies all summer is just the best thing. And it gets your water in without, because a lot of people just don't want to drink water. So that certainly makes a difference. So that's what I want you to do this week. Do you think you can try your hardest to keep it within the 24 grams? You're really going to have to read your label. This is for you guys out there too. You're really going to have to read your labels, so that you get just the 24. I think you'll see a significant difference in the way you feel if you don't have too much. I mean, if you look at that list, you're saying, boy, I don't even know how I'm still alive.
So you don't have to count the fruits as part of that sugar.
No, you don't. You have to count
The processed
the
sugar.
processed sugar. Let's start with that. That'll be a good starting. When we looked on we were looking at labels today, and it's right there. It's clear as day. So my thought for you is, don't eat any sugar. You're sweet enough already. All right. Thank you so much for joining us at Losing Weight with Elizabeth, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Have a happy day. Please sit down. Good night. dumbest advice you ever received.
Come on, an ice cream truck? This is the wrong thing to be. This is the wrong thing to be putting on losing weight with Elizabeth.
Yes,
You can't be doing that.
absolutely, the ice cream truck.
Losing
Oh, I'm
weight
sorry,
with-
I gotta go.